Hello everyone, my name is Chidima Jessica Igbenedion, and today I'm going to be taking you through my journey through personal development. Um, I have a background in accounting and I have a passion for writing. I'm currently studying management and international business with a focus on human capital management at Nottingham Trent University. On the agenda today, I'm going to be talking about my strengths and weaknesses. I'll be taking you through my personal development plan and outcomes. I will also be discussing my knowledge of SDGs, as well as leadership, problem solving, and managerial capabilities. I have identified some of my strengths to be the fact that I am resilient, I am hardworking, I'm punctual, I'm principled, I'm adaptable, and I possess good communication skills. Talking about being resilient, I do not give up easily. I try to work hard at things that I believe in, and even if I fail, I try to give it another go. So I can say that I am resilient. When it comes to principles, I have a lot of principles that I hold dear and I try to stick to them. And I also found out that I get to adapt to any situation that I find myself in. And I try to keep to time. Like I hardly lose track of time, so I can say that I'm punctual. And to a reasonable extent, I can say that I'm hardworking. I also identify some of my weaknesses to include the fact that I am selfless, and being selfless normally should be seen as a strength. However, when it is done to a fault, then it becomes a weakness because on many occasions, I found out that people try to take advantage of the fact that I'm selfless. So I would consider that to be a weakness. Now, I also have the problem of procrastination when I have a lot of things to do and I just keep pushing them forward, telling myself I'll do them later, do them tomorrow, next tomorrow, and somehow I never come around to do those things. So I can say that procrastination is one of my weaknesses. Then another weakness I have is the fact that I have short attention span. I find it difficult to focus on a particular task. I just find out that my mind is all over the place at the same time. So it's hard to catch my attention and hold it for a long time without me getting distracted. I am also a workaholic. I tend to always have something to do at every point in time, such that I have very little time to rest and do other activities that I find to be relaxing and fun. So yes, I can say I'm a workaholic. And I also have the problem of being vulnerable, of not being vulnerable, like not wanting to show people the side of me that I feel that I don't want them to know or would make them see me in a different light. So those are like some of the major weaknesses I've been able to identify. And some of the things I would like to work on would be to improve my communication skills. I also like to work on not procrastinating. I also want to work on improving my writing skills. I've identified my strengths and my weaknesses, and I've also come up with a personal development plan that would help me to work on some of these weaknesses or areas for improvement. I've undertaken some workshops to improve my writing skills. I attended the online workshop titled Introductions, Paragraphs, and Conclusions. I also attended Understanding and Avoiding Plagiarism, and I attended the online workshop titled Writing Effective Reports. I attended these workshops because I come from a country, Nigeria, where the educational system is quite different from the ones that we have in the UK. No one really cares about plagiarism and writing, and no one really cares about taking the time to structure your writing into introduction, paragraphs, and conclusions. So I struggled a lot with writing effective reports and writing constructive essays, and that's why I undertook these learning programs, the workshops, and I can say that they have considerably helped me in structuring my write-up such that there's an effective introduction, there's the body of the write-up, and then the conclusion. I also wanted to work on my teamwork skills, my ability to work in a team, and that's why I went for the school trip to Tonbridge, where we were put into different groups and we had to work in a team, like talking to people that I never knew from anywhere and having to carry out some tasks and also work together to achieve some goals. And it was really interesting. The very first task that we had to do when I got to NTU was to go on the Explore Nottingham task, where we were told to go to different places. And the farther we went, we had to score higher points. And there was a gift or like a reward attached to the task. And my group came second, I think we did really well, and it was quite an interesting task because it made us go to different places and explore places that on a normal day we probably wouldn't have gone to. So it was also interesting. Another way I've been able to work on my team working spirit or skills is being a part of various group presentations and class where we've been given a task to do and then we have to work as a team to accomplish the task. We have to do some research, conduct some research, and then come together and share our opinions and see how we can present these opinions in such a way that it becomes something presentable. I also attended the NTU Global Week, which was fun. We had to see people from different cultures, eat food from different cultures, see the way the different cultures dress, listen to their music, and some other entertaining programs that they had to display on that day. So that was really interesting, and it helped me to build team spirit. Now, for the problem of procrastination, I have done a couple of things to solve this problem or to be better at it. I started using a planner to organize my tasks, and I used the Now platform to plan more effectively, like looking at the modules before the class and going through the mini slides, the lectures before the class. So these are the things that helped me to avoid procrastination. I set small goals. I try to remove distractions and then forgive myself even when I felt like I was falling short of the goals that I had set for myself. One thing I've really struggled with since I came to the UK is mental health and well-being. It's Mental health is really a big thing over here, and it's been a lot of struggles, like coming here, battling with academics and studying and also having a part-time job. It's been a lot. And one way I've been able to help myself is getting mentorship support from my academic mentor, Dr. Sue. And I also have access to health and mental well-being resources on the NTU platform, such as Silver Cloud, the Student Space from Student Minds, the NTSU, and so many other mental health resources. And these have helped me to be in touch with my mental health and basically just remain academically sound and mentally sound. Another problem I identified as my weakness is the fact that I have short attention span, and I've been able to help myself out by keeping diaries, making a list, and planning the activities I have for the day. I also try to exercise regularly to keep my body and soul alive, and then I listen to music when I feel like I need a little bit of distraction to be able to get back to what I need to do. When I struggle to concentrate, I try to get a little bit of a distraction and then I come back to the task ahead of me. For the problem of not being vulnerable or not being open about how I really feel sometimes, I have taken practical steps to vocalize my feelings, like to actually say what is troubling me, to speak to people around me who can actually help me. And I've also spoken to my academic mentor about some of the issues that have troubled me. And I try to talk about my insecurities as opposed to just hiding them and keeping them inside. To understand the UN Sustainable Development Goals, I have conducted a lot of research by consulting reports, articles, and other online resources, and this has helped me to understand what these SDGs aim to achieve. I looked at four different SDGs. I know we have 17 SDGs, but I looked at just four. I looked at the climate action, partnerships for the goals, gender equality, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, which is SDG 9. So during my research in networks and international strategic alliances module, I did a research on how DPD has invested heavily in electric vehicles and other alternative fuel vehicles to significantly reduce its carbon emissions. Now, for the partnerships for the goals, that's SDG 17. During my assessment in the context of management module, I looked at how Philips and IKEA have come together to provide sustainable energy solutions to communities in Africa. Here, UNDP leverages on the expertise and resources of these companies to implement renewable energy projects that promote access to electricity, reduce carbon emissions, and improve the livelihoods of local communities. For SDG 5, my research focused on how ArcelorMittal has the goal of eliminating gender imbalance throughout all of its branches, and they will do this by recruiting more women into the workforce in the company. For industry innovation and infrastructure, during my assessment in the global supply chain module, I looked at how Tesco has made some efforts in recent years to improve its sustainability practices in its supply chain. For instance, the company has set ambitious targets to reduce carbon emissions across its operations, including its supply chain as well as food waste. And achieving the SDGs is the right thing to do. It is also something smart to do. It's a smart investment for the future because by addressing the root causes of poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation, we can create a more stable and prosperous world for all. The SDGs also matter because they offer a blueprint for building a more sustainable and resilient world that benefits everyone both now and also in the future. Reflecting on my knowledge and experience this year, I believe that I can make a difference when it comes to the global goals as a human capital manager. By promoting gender equality in the workplace, organizations can attract and retain a diverse pool of talent which can lead to increased innovation, better decision making, and improved business outcomes. I want to invest in the development of women's skills and abilities, and organizations can help to close the gender gap in leadership positions and create a more suitable, equitable, and sustainable future. As a human capital officer, my role is closely related to SDG 3, which talks about good health and well being, and this aims to ensure healthy lives and promote well being at all ages. My responsibilities as a human capital officer will include managing and developing programs that will support employee health and well being, such as wellness initiatives, health insurance plans, and mental health resources. By doing so, I can help ensure that my organization's employees have access to the resources they need to maintain good health, good physical and mental health. My role will also involve promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. Research has shown that a diverse and inclusive work environment can have positive impact on employee well-being and mental health, which can in turn improve the overall organization's performance. SDG 8 is focused on promoting sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. My role in managing and developing human capital within an organization contributes to achieving this goal. Human capital is one of the most important factors in achieving economic growth and development. By ensuring that employees have access to decent work and are treated fairly and equitably, I am contributing to the achievement of SDG 8, and this involves creating a work environment that promotes diversity, equality, and inclusivity, as well as investing in the development of employee skills and knowledge to enhance their productivity and job satisfaction. My role as a human capital officer will involve implementing policies and programs that address issues such as fair wages, workplace safety, equal opportunities, and work-life balance. This helps to create an environment that supports decent work and economic growth. By supporting employee development and training, I can help to build a workforce that is better equipped to contribute to economic growth and development. I think responsible management is a corporate strategy where a business considers the influence of its decisions and actions on stakeholders. And some of these stakeholders include the consumers, the employees, the shareholders, suppliers, the environment, and the society at large. And it involves considering the long-term consequences of business operations and taking steps to minimize negative impacts while maximizing the positive ones. Responsible management matters in business for several reasons. First, it is essential for building a strong reputation and brand image. Companies that are known for their ethical and socially responsible practices are often more attractive to consumers and employees, and this can translate into increased sales, better employee retention, and enhanced competitiveness. Another reason is that responsible management is increasingly becoming a legal requirement in many jurisdictions, and this means that governments are imposing stricter regulations on companies, particularly in areas such as environmental protection, labor standards, and corporate governance. Non-compliance with these regulations can therefore result in legal penalties and reputational damage. One more reason is that responsible management is essential for sustainable development. As businesses have a significant impact on the environment and the society, it is very important to ensure that they operate in such a way that it preserves natural resources and contributes to social well-being. By adopting responsible management practices, companies can help to create a more sustainable future for everyone. I've had several opportunities to work in a team, but for the purpose of this video, I'll be talking about this one time when I had the opportunity to be in a group made up of 6 individuals in the Principles of Management module, where we had to conduct some research and create PowerPoint slides on the topic qualities of a good leader, and together we collaborated and developed an outline for the presentation. We decided on the number of slides that we needed and allocated research responsibilities among the team members, and my specific assignment was to describe the characteristics of a good leader. I did some research using online sources, and the other group members also did some research to their assigned sections, and we met several times to present our findings and decide on how we were going to design the PowerPoint slides. And finally, the day for the presentation came, and we did our best to present our findings on the research that we did. And our tutor gave us some feedback on areas where he thought we could have improved, but overall our teamwork was commendable. And then he pointed out that some of our slides were too wordy, and then he said that the presentation was not evenly distributed among the team members, and he also talked about the pictures and illustrations that we used, that they only represented the male gender. And when I reflected on how I conducted my research, I realized that I should have used more academic sources as opposed to just using general online sources when conducting my research. I have identified my top 3 characteristics of successful managers to be: 1, excellent communication skills; 2, leadership skills; and 3, empathy. I have found out that successful managers are able to clearly communicate their expectations and ideas to their team members. They're also very good listeners who can understand the needs and concerns of their employees. And I have learned to communicate better thanks to the opportunities I've had to work in various teams, the resources that the school has made available to me, such as the academic English model, and various workshops that I have attended to help build and improve my communication skills. Now, the second one would be leadership skills. Managers need to be able to inspire and motivate their teams to achieve their goals, and this requires strong leadership skills, including the ability to set a vision, provide direction, and make tough decisions when necessary. In my last group presentation, I learned to take the lead in situations that require structure and leadership. Finally, the empathy characteristic of a successful manager. Good managers are empathetic and compassionate. This means that they need to understand the needs and concerns of their employees. They should be able to build strong relationships based on trust and mutual respect. I've also come to understand that people have various needs and challenges, and I have learned to be empathetic, cut them some slack, and not be so judgmental. I want to take a moment to reflect on my personal development journey. It has been a long and challenging road, but it has also been incredibly rewarding. Through this journey, I have learned many valuable lessons about myself and the world around me. I have discovered my strengths and weaknesses, faced my fears, and pushed myself beyond my comfort zone. I have also come to understand the importance of setting goals and acting towards achieving them. Whether it was pursuing a new career path, improving my health and fitness, or cultivating stronger relationships with those around me, I have learned that anything is possible with determination and hard work. But perhaps the most significant lesson I have learned is that personal development is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. There will always be room for growth and improvement, and I'm excited to continue learning and evolving as a person. So I hope this video has inspired you to embark on your own personal development journey. Remember, it's never too late to start, and with the right mindset and right attitude, anything is possible. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I wish you all the best in your own personal development endeavors. Thank you for watching this video, and I also hope to see you some other time. Bye.